King of the Hill is the 23rd episode of the 9th season of The Simpsons, directed by Stephen Dean Moore. This one seems to be quite well received. It's got 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which for season 9 is a really good rating, and I agree with it. I agree with that rating for sure, mainly because I had no idea how this episode was going to conclude, how the main narrative would resolve itself, and it was very unpredictable, and I really enjoyed it. Homer ends up being sponsored by this energy bar company, who have decided to encourage him to climb this giant mountain. I mean, it's probably quite a small mountain, all things considered, but for somebody who doesn't climb and doesn't really walk very much, the Murder Horn, the name of the mountain, is obviously a big thing. And the energy bar company says, yeah, we'll give you some energy bars, you can do this, and Homer sets about trying to do it, and he quickly realizes that actually it's going to be very difficult, but he has a lot of determination, and he doesn't want to give up. And I genuinely didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if he would make it, if he would reach the top, if he would give up. I was genuinely emotionally invested in this, and I really wanted him to do the best, and I really wanted the best for him and the best outcome. But whether or not that happened, of course, I'm not going to say. There are obviously some things you can read into this about energy bar companies and companies that claim to provide you with all of the fuel you'll need in a tiny little bar, some of which are pretty good, some of which are not quite what they seem. So that's an interesting discussion that it can spark. And it's also really motivating as well. Homer, whether or not he succeeds, Homer displays great courage and determination. Sometimes he's a bit lazy, but sometimes he's really showing this admirable quality and this great personality that it certainly puts me to shame, because I wouldn't do this. And there's definitely some inspiration there. I think it's a really good episode. It's not my personal favourite in terms of being funny, but certainly in terms of being fascinating and unpredictable and a little bit inspiring. I rather enjoyed it. I have to say, King of the Hill is a pretty good episode.